Hello everyone, and thank you for watching. Iron Giant 369 Classic Bike Rider here. Thank you for watching. So I'm on my way home. Haven't done a vlog since last week. Sorry about that. My bike was sick. If you see my my video last week and a couple of follow-up videos after, turns out my my voltage regulator was went bad and it overcooked my bike. My voltage regulator went bad and it cooked my battery. How about that? So my bike was down for a little bit. So today I'm finally riding my bike back to work. I was riding my van, so I didn't feel like bringing my other camera and doing a car vlog. So yeah, I got a couple of months ago. I got the stator and a voltage regulator installed on this thing, and my voltage regulator was bad. It was putting out like 19 volts. That's why last week when I installed the HID kit on this thing, the light was going out, kept cutting out when I was on high speed. Like around this speed, as soon as the voltage picked up, the light was going out, cutting out. But now it's fine. I have the tester. I tested it over and over this morning on my way into work. I kept a closer eye out for the light, and it's good. It's all good. So I think possibility that the cause of my voltage regulator failing was of my fault. When I installed the other voltage regulator, the first replacement, when I put my stator on, hey, I'm thinking that I was doing something good by putting dielectric grease on the terminals, but instead of putting dielectric grease in each one of the terminals, I put a big plaster all over the old terminals and put the connector on. And if you don't know what dielectric grease is, it's mostly used for putting it's conductive grease, used for electronic connections. So I thought that I was doing something good by doing that, but by doing that, being the electric grease is conductive, I bridge all the connections on the voltage regulator, and I think that's what caused my voltage regulator fail. I mean, that's my theory. I'm not saying that that's what the problem was, but I'm pretty sure, thinking about it, after I took the other one out yesterday to put the new one in, the new replacement in, and I saw the dielectric grease was in it, and I'm thinking to myself, shit, that's what happened. I mean, I can say for certain, I can't say for certain, but I'm probably 70% sure that what happened. Now they sold the Spider, or maybe they took it home. So yeah, that's what I think happened to my old voltage regulator. But now it's on. My HID light is on. Excuse me. And I'm on my way home. Woohoo! It's getting a little cooler now. It's nice and and cool. It was humid all day, and when I got to my job this morning, the AC wasn't working. Everybody was freaking out. By everybody means my boss, my other co-worker, and the secretary. They were all running around like the chicken with a head cut off. Oh, no AC, no AC. In the meantime, open the doors and just let the air in. You'll see how good it is. But it was kind of humid. It wouldn't have done much good to have the doors and the windows open because it was really humid. And opening the door and the windows, it was just going to be added insult to injury. So, Windows 10 came out last Wednesday. I didn't talk about it because I didn't have a motorcycle to do a MotoVlog on. But I didn't install it right away on my computer. I installed it on a friend's computer, one of my co-workers. He had a Windows 8 computer. It had on the hard drive the file system, that file partition table, something like that's called. I got screwed up and the computer was installing some updates and it never did, and it never boot again, and he had a couple of months. He finally asked me the other day what could be wrong. I said, just bring it in. And I tried it at work and I said, no, this thing needs more attention than that. I'll take it home and play with it. So I play with it on Thursday. I was not at work on Thursday during the day, and I couldn't get. I downloaded Windows 10, burned it to a DVD, and I installed it that way. I installed it on his computer that way because actually Windows 10 wouldn't even install. Windows 10 wouldn't even install on his computer. No, Windows 10. Yeah, Windows 8. And because the file location table was messed up, it wouldn't even boot. The only way I got that computer to work was by booting to Ubuntu's CD. And I did a disk check, and the disk check came out alright, so that this was good. But the file system was corrupted, and I couldn't do anything from Windows, not even Windows CD. It wouldn't do anything at all. So I ended up having to erase his hard drive. He didn't have nothing important. He said that I can do whatever. He didn't have nothing important on that computer. I deleted, installed Ubuntu on his computer, which formatted the hard drive and installed Ubuntu. And then, after Ubuntu was installed, then I was able to boot to Windows installer and install Windows 10. But, because for some reason Windows 8, they never put the label with the license, the registration license on it. I couldn't install Windows 8, so I installed Windows 7 plain and fresh, and it didn't want to activate. So it's telling me that it's still saying no activation, because the only way to install Windows 10 for free, because you know that Windows 10 is free, is by upgrading from my activated version of Windows 7 or Windows 8. So it's gonna bring it back to me. He's looking for his box for the Windows 8 license key. Should be in his box. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Windows 8 on it, and then do a clean install of Windows 10, so that way it won't bring anything left over from Windows 8. It will be a fresh install of Windows 7, Windows 10, and see what happens. It's gonna bring it back to me. I installed Windows 10 on my PC. Sorry, I haven't. Excuse me. I haven't run Windows since 2008. The last time I ran Windows 7 on my PC. Then I moved over to OS 10, and I've been running OS 10 ever since. But being that recent days, recent months, Apple put out an update for iMovie that totally fucked it up. iMovie now, it takes just about 8 to 10 hours to transcode and upload a 30-minute movie to YouTube on 1080p. And if you do it at 720p, it takes about 3 to 4 hours. I did it on Windows Movie Maker the other day, and it took about an hour and a half. That's what iMovie used to take, an hour and a half to 2 hours, the most, on any video, no matter what it was, no matter how long it was. But Apple seems to fuck it up, and because it's Apple, they perfect. They fucked up iMovie, and I can have that. So I'm not gonna get rid of my OS 10 partition because I got a lot of apps that I use. But so far, most of the apps that I use are available on Windows as well. Nothing important. The only thing most important that I needed will be that video editing software, which I use iMovie. But Windows Movie Maker seems to be performing just as good. I'm not gonna get rid of my partition. I still got my MacBook Pro, and I'm gonna continue checking to see for iMovie updates until see if Apple decide to fix it. Once Apple fixes the problem, I guess I come back to Apple. But in the meantime, Windows 10 is performing just very well, very good. Windows 10 is performing very nice and dandy, not too shabby. I gotta give it a couple of more days. So far so good. I mean, it boots fast, apps launch real fast. What a dickhead. Apps launch really fast, and we'll see what happens. But I gotta get used to that Movie Maker, Windows Movie Maker. That's for sure. It's a little different. It's not quite as sophisticated as iMovie, but I guess it's something I gotta get used to. See, on iMovie, when you import a video to the timeline to edit it, it actually copies the video from the camera into the iMovie, into the computer. On Movie Maker, it doesn't. It actually keeps the video on the camera, and it works works from that onto the video. And it's another thing that I gotta get used to. I don't know how to trim a video on a movie maker like I do, like I can on the iMovie. So shit, I'm having iMovie idiots. I've gotten used to the damn software so long. Too bad that the sun doesn't want to go down yet. So I wanted to see what my light looks like. My HID looks in the dark. That'll be for another day. So yeah, what you guys think about Windows 10? If you like it, please leave me a comment. If you know of a good free video editing software for Windows, also let me know. Something iMovie compatible. Moto G 3rd generation came out as well. If you don't know, Moto G is the brainchild of Motorola, the inexpensive handset, $179 handset. I had the 1st generation Moto G. I got one for my wife as well, and then I got her the 2nd generation Moto G. That's what she currently has. She loves it. And now the 3rd generation came out, and the only reason that he moved to the 2nd generation is because he didn't have 4G LTE. But guess what? 3rd generation is 4G LTE, which is cool. I mean, I use Cricket. Cricket 4G is like capped at I think it was 5 gigs or something like that. But hey, who the hell cares? I mostly use the LTE for I guess streaming, and I get 10 gigs a month, and streaming works just as well, even if it's 5 gigs or 10 gigs download speed. So back then that probably would have been an issue for me, but now I don't care. It works just as well. So Moto G 3rd generation. What else should I talk about today? Talked about Windows 10. Talk about Moto G. Talk about Apple fucking up iMovie, like for the bazillionth time. Let's talk about maintenance. I had this bike for a year now. Before this one I had this the 250cc scooter. And I had this scooter for 3 years. And all the bikes that I had before that, I do spark plugs and air filter change at the beginning of the season, just because gas with ethanol causes a lot of wear and in the burning diodes. So last year I changed the plugs on this when I got it. This year I put iridium plugs, which they were expensive. It was like $28 for 4. They're about $6 a plug for the iridium plugs. So the air filter I gotta replace. I replaced it at the beginning of the year. I gotta do, I guess, whatever bike I have the beginning of next year, at the end of this year as well. I gotta make winterizing your bike and set it up for the cold days. I drove this thing all the way up to like almost the end of November. I drove it until no, actually I think it was mid-November, beginning of November. I drove it until my drive chain broke. And I already had the replacement chain, I just didn't put it on. But for winterizing, I didn't do anything special. I just added some seafoam to the gas. Didn't have a full tank of gas. It had like a little bit before half a tank. That's what I left it all winter. It has seafoam in it, so that will stop the gas from decaying and rusting. Because gas will, fuel will decay and will rust inside the tank. So for most bikes before that, what I used to do in most old bikes, I used to drain the carburetors. And at the beginning of the year, just put some gas treatment in it. Before I used to keep my bike in the garage. When I had the scooter, I never had a garage, but I had it on the tarp. And for the scooter, because I couldn't drain the carburetor, because it's carburetor on the scooter, what I did was get some stabilizer or whatever it's called, stable. I got a little can, put it on, fill up the tank, and let us sit all winter. That seemed to help. I guess you guys, if you don't have seafoam, you can do that same thing. You can get stabilized and put it on your gas tank for the winter. I guess when the time comes, I'll do the walk around and do the winterization process. I don't think I ever seen on YouTube a winterization process on a motorcycle. I mean, I never really looked for it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna look and probably do my own version of it. Well, I can see my HID. So yeah, winterization. if I do decide to keep this bike for next spring, gonna replace the clutch disc or clutch friction plates. I saw it on I did a Google search. They're not expensive. I think you can get the whole set for like 60 bucks on online. If I do keep the bike, that's what I'm gonna do. I order a new one of these. They should come tomorrow. I think it's coming, because of that gauge is messed up. It's broken. I mean, it works, but it's broken. You can only see like the little stubby. And I don't know if you ever seen my videos. Doesn't do it all the time, but every once in a while, the RPMs, the handful of RPMs will fluctuate. Even though the bike is revved up, it just won't go up. And when it's cold, it makes a noise. So last winter, the last couple of days that I drove the bike, that's when my gas gauge broke, because it was making like a noise, like a vibrating noise. I tried to put some WD-40 and stuff on it, lubricant, and it didn't work. So when that started happening, my gas gauge started vibrating really fast, and that's when the gas gauge broke. Mickey's Karting. I used to work for that asshole. I hate that guy. And I don't hate anybody, but I hate that guy. Well, I'm almost home. Am I recording still? Oh yes, I'm still recording. Well, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like my videos, comment, support my channel, and give me any suggestions what you would like me to talk about. You can contact me, Cinieves581@gmail.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Classic Bike Rider. Got the Classic Bike Rider page on Facebook. Google Plus, Cinieves, Carlos Classic Bike Rider. In the meantime, thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.